Hey Reaper, this is Yeti, and I'll shoot you soon.
On the link. Boom. Click on the link. Boom. Look at that pirate cat. Huh? Look at that pirate cat. Arr. Arr. Hey. Yeah. I haven't eaten really much all day. Woke up really early this morning due to that international cooking show. Fantastic. If you guys didn't see it, it was amazing. We had a great time. All the list of shows are up right now, and I hope you guys can enjoy them. I did. I enjoy making them. I think the people enjoy being on them. Nice. And that's that with that. Look at this behind me. Hey, does that give you a hint? Look at that. I've got a real one on with me. A real pirate. A real pirate. Hey, is that
folks?
Is that grog you're drinking?
It is. It's Tech Channel grog. It's my own little mixture of Kraken rum and coconut water.
Ooh. So I went to Tombstone, and while I was in Arizona at Tombstone, Arizona? No, Oklahoma. Oklahoma, that's what it was. Oklahoma. Yeah. And while I was in Oklahoma at Tombstone, a lot of the players seemed to be indulging in the Kraken, and
good stuff.
They were letting the Kraken get the best of them. I'll put it to you that way.
It'll sneak up on you.
What is that? What is Kraken?
It's a high proof spiced rum. It's like 94 proof, so a little bit over your average 80 proof spirit.
Holy shit, that's amazing. All right. Hey, tell everybody who you are.
Folks, I'm Archangel Mikel, paintball player, paintball influencer, if you want to put the air quotes around
that.
it. Out of Birmingham, Alabama. Messed around in the sport now for getting close to 30 years now. It's
holy shit.
Proof that I clearly have too much time on my hands.
Holy shit, that's amazing. All right. You're wearing one of my favorite shirts.
I know, right?
Yes, exactly. Well, actually, you can just drop the E if you want with me. That's okay. Just cover up the E. There you go. That's it. There you go. All right, cool. So
we're streaming online at the moment. It's kind of
I know. Listen, back in the day, a couple, what was it? I think it's around 2016, something like that. There was this big, they were trying to do this big purge and get rid of all the, Gene, hi, David, priorities change, weekend, what? I don't know what that was. There was this big, how do I say it? This big anti-celebrity purge. They were trying to get rid of all the celebrities, and they said, we don't need celebrities, and they're ruining our sport and all this kind of stuff. And then there was like this whole anti-celebrity and whatever. So people started
to. It's been going on longer than that, but yeah.
Oh, all right, cool. Well, whatever. That's when I kind of recognized it. Anyway, so then they they came up with the ironic T-shirt. The ironic T-shirt would be the Eceleb T-shirt that they're proud to be an Eceleb, and yeah, so that's why he's wearing that shirt. Are you being ironic, or are you actually a Eceleb?
I think of myself as an Eceleb. There are numerous people out there who only know me through my online presence and follow what I do. So I mean, by that definition, yeah,
I guess.
I am.
I guess.
And it doesn't bother me that I am. So.
I just listen. Here's how I look at it. It's very, very simple. If you're providing content to our community, if you're being a good person and you're not creating divisiveness, and you're out there making paintball great, you can call yourself whatever you want, celeb, whatever else. Yeah, but I have no problem with it. Anyway, so a little bit of our history. I flew down to Alabama one time. No, I've never been there. I was actually at I think we were friends on the Facebook, and then I saw him at was it Living Legends? I think that was the first time I saw you, right?
It was Living Legends 9. Made a stop by the Max Loader booth.
I stopped by. Wait, hang on a second. Where did I have my? I don't have that in my Canon yet. Hang on a second. I was trying to do. I'm doing 18 things. One second. Hang on a second. Let me just do this. Let me pop this up. And it's hard to run the board, and it's hard to. There we go. All right. So this is a Max Loader, and there was a company that came out with this device, and he's going to explain to you what it is. So basically, on his back there, did you find interest, or did they find you, or how did it come about?
Actually, it was really accidental. I was researching a product that predated that really never came to market, called the Strike Loader. And I was digging through forums. Everybody remember forums pre-Facebook days? So I was digging through those because there's some technical communities in paintball that really don't get on modern social media that much. I was digging through that and followed a link that was there where someone said, well, I don't know what's going on.
What happened? Look at that. Poor guy. All right. I was excited. I was on the edge of my seat. I'll have to pop back up. I don't know what happened, but oh well, I'll pop back up. Anyway, hey, you want me to sing you a song? Let me see what he's doing here. Hang on a second. What happened? Click the link. All right. As soon as he don't know. Well, click the link again. Click back in. If not, definitely not going to reboot it. I'm not going to. There's too many people watching. I'll bring other people on. No. Anyway, so here's what happened. Until I can bring him in, I'm going to show you a picture here.
Hey Reaper, this is Yeti, and I'll shoot you soon.
Yeti, one of our sponsors. Yetiware. Listen, right now, today's episode. I'm just going to fuck with him for a second. He's in the queue down there. Today's episode is brought to you by Top Notch Grizz. They were on the show last night. They're a beard, a body balm, an everything company. Go check them out. Use Reaper in the code. You get 10% off. And we were just talking about you.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah. I don't know where it cut me off. This application just shut down for
reasons
unknown.
Anyway, I'm in the middle of promoting one of my sponsors. Hang on. So anyway, I actually told them that I'm not going to cancel the show, but I'm just going to keep on going, and I'll bring other people in anyway. And listen, so right now, this show today is sponsored by TopNotchGrizzly.com. Go check them out on Facebook, and use the code Reaper to get 10% off. Done deal. All right, keep your fingers off the button, man. Whatever you were doing.
My fingers were over here. I didn't touch it.
All right. Anyway, so maybe this is possessed. Maybe this picture is possessed. I don't know. But all right. So anyway, you were in a forum. You went down a rat hole and you found
rat hole, and I found the name Max Loader. So I went on Facebook to go look up their site, find out what info they'd released, and they had a Facebook page that they hadn't even published yet.
Wow!
I found it before they'd gone live with it and reached out to them. They're like, "How did you find this?" Because they hadn't done any press releases. They hadn't announced anything about their product yet.
Okay.
And I just stumbled into it. So I was one of the first early adopters. I got in, bought my unit, at retail price. I didn't have any sort of a deal or anything worked out, but I was just an owner that was very enthusiastic about it. And when they started talking about doing their product launch, I said, "Hey, I really want to meet with your team and discuss some things about it." And that was Dreaded Legends 1 was when their launch specialist.
What year was that?
That was 2015, 14, 15, I think.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, we're doing Dreaded Legends 5 later in July. So July? Yeah. So yeah, that was 5 years ago. So 2015.
Okay.
And I met with them there, and at that point, really, I wasn't part of Max Loader at all, but hanging out with the guy that was there, helping them show off the product because I was one of the people there that owned one on at the event.
Okay.
And they asked me to help them out with their product launch, and I traveled around for that following year all over God's creation, showing off Max Loaders, and it was a fun run. I had fun with that, and they asked me to help them. Further than that, they got me to train to be and work as their warranty technician. Originally, it was just supposed to be for one region out of North America, and then eventually it ended up being all of North America. I was their warranty tech for.
Jeez. Okay. So I'm not sure if I met you at Living Legends and then I got connected with Max Loader, or what was it before? I'm not sure because they were on my podcast.
You had them on their podcast, and I think it was before I met with them because they launched their product in early October of 2014. And it wasn't until late January of 2015 that I, first met with them. So there was a couple of months where the product was live. They were doing events in Germany, and I think they came to an event here in the United States before Dreaded, but it was one that I wasn't involved in. I don't think I even knew about it until after the fact. But
I remember.
So I did have them on your show before that.
Well, they had.
I think it was the show where you had them and what was it? Team Defiance, the track cheer team.
Probably. I don't remember. I listen. All I'm going to tell you is I don't drink. I rarely drink, and you drink like a fish, and you got a better memory. This is amazing.
There's a theory. There's a theory about this. It was reaching way back in the Wayback Machine. Cliff Clavin on Cheers. This is mental Darwinism. You see, what it does is it wipes out the slower, older brain cells first, leaving a faster, cleaner operating machine as it goes.
Okay, I got it. It sounds good. Well, it's fantastic. So I had them on. I had the guys from Max Loader on the show. They gave away a Max Loader to a woman. I think she was in England, right? I don't know.
That sounds familiar. I think it was.
And so that was it. So and I don't obviously. I mean, I'm not going to connect it to my pistols. So I never use something like that. So I just then I went to Living Legends, and you were there. You had the Max Loader
booth. It was May that same month or that same year.
Right, and we hung out, and we got to meet each other, and we became paintball friends, like everybody does. You either like the person or you don't. And I thought that he was cool. He put up with my my egotistical nature and my big narcissistic attitude. And so I said, listen, if he can tolerate that, well, let's be friends. So anyway.
Oh, yeah. You have to be a little bit of a narcissist to play paintball. I mean, you have to wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to go shoot a bunch of people.
Right.
That's a level of self-confidence.
That's it. I like it. So we became friends through thick and thin, and he has gone through a lot of different. Let me bring up my pictures here. He has gone through. Where is? Oh, I didn't bring up that. I'm gonna bring this up first before we start getting to what's it called? Before we start getting to your history, I'm going to bring up because I get paid $20 every time I mention these guys. No, I'm joking. I don't get paid $20. No, I'm just joking. You are one of the and whoops, am I just showing your name? I'm sorry. Am I not supposed to show your name?
No, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Anyway, so Charles here, aka Archangel, is one of the you're actually in the order. You're actually up there in the modern day pirates. We had DJ on, and he's also one. And we also, I think, wait a minute, is Aztec also? Is he just a regular guy, or is he in?
Aztec is an order member.
Right, exactly. So you guys go check that out.
I believe he, at the very least, he was an order member. I'm not sure if he's still an order member.
Okay.
I believe so. I just haven't seen him be very active as of late. So
he's not at all a lot of things. He's just got a lot of things going on in his life. So that's just what it is. All right. But anyway,
he has a busy real world. So let's be honest there.
No, that's true. So you kind of adopted the culture.
I did. I picked it up and I ran with it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
And
the culture part of it, it's two parts. The whole like pirate hat, heavy drinking, that's one part. The other part is what they actually stand for. They're a community, a charity organization, and most importantly, they're a mentor organization. There are a lot of places in my life that I'll 100% be honest with the community. I had some holes in my life, and this community really helped me fill in a lot of those. Right.
I've been told that by a lot of the, okay, listen, I'm going to tell you this. And I always say this, and you guys can get mad at me if you want or not, but our sport attracts a lot of broken people, whether it's PTSD, whether it's domestic abuse, whether it's alcoholism, whether it's drug abuse, whether it's drinking Kraken, whatever. Anyway, and our and this sport, this community, this thing helps people. It helps. I mean, there's something to us that gives us that, maybe those missing pieces that you're talking about, right? That there's something about it. So then you add that with the modern day pirates, and then they're coming in as a group of paintballers, whatever else, and actually even adding more consolidation and more solidness to this package. So it's a great organization. You guys should check it out. Just you'll see them every event you go to. You're going to see somebody, and just go ask them about it. And I stand behind it 100%. Put my name.
That's basically how I got hooked up with him. It was a matter of, I was traveling to events and I kept seeing this, like I'd be at events and I'd see at least a handful of them every time I went. Here's these guys, modern day pirates. And I knew some people who were part of it, even though I knew nothing about it. I'll be honest, when I joined with no idea what it was.
Interesting.
I thought it was something kind of like the, GI Brigade, or at the time it was the Empire Army, Falcon Corps. I thought it was another community-driven paintball marketing platform. I thought this was DIE's equivalent thereof, because all the guys that I saw that were MDP they were rocking a whole lot of DIE equipment. That's because a lot of the guys are old DIE pro players. So that was kind of what got it started. I thought, hey, you know what? I'm a part of, continuously, I've made myself a part of as many of those programs as I can. Just so I can, keep my fingers on the pulse, what's going on in the world of paintball.
Right.
Informed opinions are better than uninformed ones, so I stay on top of things. I joined that one, and then shortly after I got there, I was like, this isn't what I thought it was, but it's better, so I'll stay.
I like it.
And that was kind of how it happened.
I like it. It's great. I think that it's a great testimony for that. And you guys, it's not just paintball. They do other things. They're just like all over the place.
Oh yeah, paintball is actually kind of a small percentage of the stuff they're involved in. So.
Right. Yeah. So here's some cool cats. Hang on a second. Who are these guys?
Those are that's Aztec right there, and then a couple of my guys from Team Phantom Regiment. They're part of the MagFed detachment. That's Zach Richter and Casey Medina. They're with me in Aztec.
Nice. Very cool. Okay. So, ready to start?
I've been started.
No. Okay. So your real name is?
Oh, I have a list of names, but if you want to know what shows up on the driver's license, it's Charles Whaley.
Okay, cool, Charles. I'm going to call you.
If you say Charles in a room, I typically don't even look up. Most people know me as Rusty.
Rusty? That would be because of the red hair.
Yeah.
I like it. Oh, good. I should be a detective. Okay. All right. Anyway, so here's the deal. Alabama.
Yes.
Right? Okay, cool. Are both sides of the family from Alabama? Are you like what do you guys when you guys call it Bama?
Yeah, both. Do what now?
You guys call it most people from there call it Bama, right?
I call it Alabama. I don't shorten it down to Bama, but yeah, you're right. That's pretty common here.
Yeah, okay.
I would use the phrase "I'm an Alabamian."
Ooh, Alabamian. Then good. Well, Mr. Alabamian, where's your family from?
Basically right out of Birmingham, right here in central part of Alabama. It's people like to say, "Oh, Alabama, it's a giant middle of nowhere." Well, there's a big city surrounded by a whole lot of nowhere. Birmingham is a pretty big city.
Okay, I got it. And were you raised in a how do I say this? When I think of Alabama, I think of way downtown in the land of Dixie. You look away, look away.
My father was an English history professor and then a career politician, and my mother was the last of the beatnik generations. Was an artist and a savant of a wide variety of artistic fields.
Dude, you know what?
So yeah, no, they were not that style of people.
That is, you know what? That's fantastic. No, I mean, not that listen, there's nothing wrong with the Southern Gothic culture. Nothing wrong with, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that. But you were raised more of a bohemian, kind of like I can see a lot of ways. Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay. I got that. Listen, I was just watching a documentary about REM, one of my favorite bands. Right. Okay. And they're from Atlanta.
Perfect timing because it's the end of the world.
As we know it. And so they were saying that they were actually Michael Stipe is from Illinois, but then he moved to Atlanta. And there was like that. It was the B-52s. They were actually the first ones to kind of like, get the ball rolling there. And they were creating this like subculture in the South that hadn't been seen before because the South was kind of, the South, right? Yeah. So then all of a sudden college radio came in, these guys came in, and it actually started tweaking. And now you have it spreading over to Austin. What is it? Where's it in Texas where they keep it weird?
Keep Austin weird. Yeah, that's
there
awesome.
You go. So something's happened where this, like, they shed their skin of this, thing of the South, and this new generation has branched out and become like, don't stereotype us. We're like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it's the internet age. It's the mass communication age. It's realizing now that the external view of Southern states is not precise. There are parts of it where, yes, that's absolutely what you run into, or you find places where there isn't a stoplight in the entire, air quotes, city. But most Southern states are going to have at least 2 to 3 really urban environments, and a lot of people come out of those, and they're not what you expect when you say a typical Southerner. And
right,
it's just,
exactly.
It's not. It doesn't matter where your state is in the nation. It has to do with population density and culture. So
gotcha.
you can find people that are more redneck than a Birminghamian right outside of LA once you get far enough away from the city.
Bakersfield, dude, Bakersfield. That's where hee-haw was. They invented hee-haw in Bakersfield. I mean, that's like, it's amazing. So yeah, I agree 100%. All right, cool. So you
God, am I dating myself much by saying I remember watching hee-haw?
No, you can't. How did I even mention it? Right?
Valid.
Exactly. So, all right. So you basically were what? Would you come from a small town? Was it like a?
No, actually, the suburb area right outside of Birmingham City proper called Homewood, which classically was where all of the doctors for the hospitals and universities there in Birmingham, That's where most of them bought their small houses, because they refer to it as a bungalow community, because all the houses are really small with small yards and they're really close together, and it looks like your typical, like what most people envision when you say urban sprawl. This is urban sprawl, but with a lot of trees still in between the houses. So
got it. All right.
One thing I hear a lot of people from anywhere outside of Alabama point out whenever they come here is that even in our built up places, apparently we kept a whole lot of trees that y'all just flattened down. We have trees here, but it's still a city.
Nice. What's Alabama known for? What would be the
our principal export? People born here move away.
Is that
now further back? Our principal.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Now years ago, our principal export was pig iron, which basically raw medium grade iron was what we would produce, and we'd ship that up north to the factories in Detroit. We did a lot of iron smelting. That's what the Birmingham City was originally known for. That's why we've got this giant statue of the Roman god Vulcan standing over the city.
All right.
Which, but we don't do nearly as much of that anymore. Like most everywhere in America, the big factories long since closed down, and now what we have is we have regional offices for financial companies, and we have the university here in Birmingham, and I don't think we're really known for anything anymore.
Okay, I got it. So this town, this Homewood?
Yes.
And I haven't been drinking. This Homewood, is this kind of the area that you went to grammar school, kindergarten, and high school, and you basically that was
born, raised, went through from the very, went from elementary school all the way through to where I'm currently standing right now, or seated right now.
Oh my God, are you serious? How about college?
I didn't go to college.
Okay. We got to end the show there. I don't like dropouts. I'm just kidding. Okay, no worries. All right, no. So, I mean, when you were in high school, though, because listen, here, I'm getting to something here, okay?
Okay.
I'm guiding you to something. All right, so you finished high school. You didn't go to college. Ready?
Okay.
How is it possible that you can be inebriated and take apart a gun and put it back together again and do such an entertaining show? Dude, you have such a talent. You have such a mechanical talent. I was gonna guess that you went to college and you were a mechanical engineer or something like that. How is it? You're amazing.
Trial and error.
Okay.
Self-taught, 100% self-taught.
You have an aptitude for it.
I'm a kid that grew up with Legos, so things go together. I can look at something and say, well, this is how it should be, and these are the parts I have here. Let me figure out how to make it all fit. And honestly, modern paintball guns aren't that far removed from a Lego set. It's a bunch of pieces that fit together and make something happen. And that's really what it is. Then you start to look at, concepts, and, don't ask me to give you the math on how you would engineer one from scratch. I can't do that. But what I can do is say, well, I know why this isn't working, because clearly there should be something here that does X, Y, or Z. And if you can just rationalize a function, you can solve most things you've got to fix. So
unbelievable. The people that we met in this paintball world, unbelievable. You're just a fountain of knowledge. You're
the key to it is you never stop learning.
Right, exactly.
You never stop giving yourself time to learn things.
We are a work in progress, right? That's what I always tell my wife when she yells at me. I'm a work in progress. Leave me alone. That's a different thing.
Okay,
anyway,
that may be a different conversation.
All right, no worries. All right, so you didn't go, but you mentioned that you've been in our amazing thing for 30 years. So yes. I'm guessing you started in high school?
Honestly, late middle school, I started. I want to say it was 93. My math. I would have about 14.
Okay, and was there a vibrant scene there in
13,
Alabama?
13. Yeah. At the time, I wouldn't have known if the scene was vibrant or not. I had no basis of comparison, because as long as I played paintball, I really didn't get into the community of paintball until about 2005 or 6. I just was one of those guys that I was like 90% of paintballers in the world. I went to play paintball when it just kind of crossed my mind, but I didn't think about it outside of that. And I went to my local place where I played the paintball that was presented to me without ever asking myself, is there paintball beyond this? Like, I had been playing paintball for a decade before the thought had even occurred to me. Oh, you mean you can drive out of state to play paintball? Why would you do that? So it was one of those things where, like, the community here, when I look at it now with a basis of comparison, the community here was not very big. It was local people playing. You know, there were scenarios that were hosted at some of the fields that existed here years in the past. There was a place in name won't have any bearing for most people. A place in Sterrett, Alabama, that drew scenarios that were in the like 150, 250 player range. So what I would call like a regional level game, like a small reach, just outside of local level game size.
Okay.
And people would travel to go to those. We're talking about late 90s, and it's been a while since then. That field, of course, is gone away now. And my home field is about an hour and a half north of me, and they've got a sizable chunk of property, but they host one real scenario, and it's still, I would call it a local level. We get about 150 players. So I travel out of state to play all these scenarios. I would say because of that, it's hard to call the scenario community in Alabama all that vibrant. Now, our skee-ball community, they do local level tournaments, regional tournaments on a regular basis. They're a lot stronger. And it's one, you don't need as much property to do a speedball field.
Right, exactly.
So, and also it's the mindset, I think, is that they're really dedicated to doing it. So
nice. All right. Okay. What was the name of the high school that you graduated from?
Oh, yep. It's going to surprise you. Homewood High School.
Really? Really?
Yeah. They're not very imaginative.
Where did
everything that I went to was named
the ball on that one? I just don't get it. It's like
couldn't tell you.
All right, cool. All right. So you were middle school. You found this amazing thing out. What was your first? Yeah. What was your first marker?
My first marker was a VM68.
That sounds like a Volkswagen. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
It was okay. So the PMI and VM60 and Sheridan, PMI and Sheridan traded this design back and forth. I'm going to get some of the details out this fuzzy. Let's be honest. It was 25 years ago. And it was the first of the stack tube blowbacks, which think like spider markers, where you've got, reciprocating double tube mass. It was a giant brick of a gun.
Wow.
It had the air tag ran underneath the length of the barrel, so the whole thing looked like a sawed-off shotgun. Instead of a simple finger trigger guard, it had a plate that ran in front of your whole hand.
Wow.
It was like a 10-pound gun.
My God.
It was a brick. This thing was so tough that after playing a game, if you knocked over a bunker, you could take it and beat nails back into plywood to put your bunkers back together. You couldn't break one of these things.
Wow.
The aluminum sidewall running around the bolt was a 1/4 inch thick. It wasn't just like jokingly bulletproof.
Is this like
I parted ways with that years ago, but I'll tell you, it was arm day every day when you played with that thing.
Oh my God, that's working out and playing at the same time.
Yeah, it really was. But it was also kind of like when you later on, when you run into like Tippmann's 68 series and Tippmann's 98 series guns, it was one of those things that you couldn't kill it. They last forever.
Right.
Performance-wise, was it great? Nah, but it will last forever.
Nice. I got it. Cool. Wow, that's amazing. All right, so we're getting some questions in here. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
What did you do before?
What did I do before paintball? As in like hobbies, interests? I was a tabletop gamer.
Wait, what?
Tabletop gamer, like Dungeons and Dragons.
Right.
BattleTech.
Right.
Tabletop game, strategic gaming.
Okay, got it. I got it. I never got into that. I was chasing girls. Anyway, no, it was funny because in junior high and high school and all that kind of stuff, there was actually the game. It was actually the chess club originally, and then they started in the games, I guess, because the chess got boring or something. And so then, yeah, because they wouldn't give them their own club. So the tabletop game guys came in and they were, hey, do you mind if we hang out? Yeah. So that was cool.
That time period, you still had a lot of the people that were saying, oh, these games are demon worshiping and we don't want people doing that. So they had to use Chess Club as a cover.
Exactly. That's crazy. All right. So are you still into that world of
it's a great thought exercise. If you want to try and test out a social situation with zero real repercussions and get feedback on it, it's great. It's improv acting.
Right, exactly. And you know what? It's interesting. When I got into the sport, I didn't go like, okay, what am I going to be? Am I going to be Reaper? Am I going to be like this and that? Like, I mean, I just liked the things. I started putting them on, and I was never a LARPer. I was never a game top. I was never in. I don't even know that world. In fact, Comic-Con, all that kind of stuff. I don't even know that stuff. I just started putting this, it was kind of cool. And then people were coming up to me and they go, oh man, you're a LARPer. This is a leper. What do you call it? Like are parts of my fingers falling off? What are you talking about? So then I started seeing that a lot of people, in our community, we have chunks or tribes of people. And there was like a big tribe when I was playing in around, it was actually McDonald. I forgot what his first name is. He used to have his own podcast. And he was very big into that. He was very big into this whole thing and this whole LARPing thing and everything. And what I saw that there was something about paintball that would attract that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because they get to dress up, they get to play. They had like the Star. I mean, if you look at our scenario games, a lot of them are like that kind of base. You know what I'm saying?
There always has been. The scenario games always have a theme, have a concept, a story to them, a theme, and some paintball players are drawn to that. They're drawn to the theme. They're drawn to the storyline of an event.
Right.
The majority of the people at an event, not so much. They're there to paint. For those people that are interested in that aspect, scenario paintball has always had it as, if not the forefront, it's always been in the background of the events.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that's what's interesting when you go to these things.
So that's why it draws that kind of people.
Yeah. You see, basically you go and you see, it's going to be a so-and-so, whatever, and I don't even know half of the things. Like I'm not a Star Wars person or a Star Trek guy, and then they say it's Hearth or something versus so-and-so or the Empire. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm just going to go shoot people and just have a great time. And that's again, what attracts people is sometimes they're into, the whole scenario. Let's just use that word of the whole thing. And I like it. Let me see here. Wolf wants to know why I'm wearing a do-rag. All right. The reason I'm wearing a do-rag, and you can even see it in my hat. You see the black, right? How it's disappearing. Can you see, like, here, watch. And if any black shows up, that's like my sideburns are disappearing. So I have to cover my whole head with my with this thing, and then I could just do this. There you go, Wolf. Look at that. You see that? I guess I'm a semi-pirate now, right? All right. Anyway, Wolf, that's why I'm wearing.
Close enough.
Yeah, I could go without it. Anyway, so you started getting in, you started playing, you started hanging out with your group of people and stuff. You said back in the day there was forums. I remember back in the day, again, back in the day for me is 2008 because that's when my paintball world started. And there was McCarter M. McCarter Brown and PB Nation.
Yep, MCB.
And and then this was kind of like, when did Facebook come around? Because we weren't really a Facebook kind of community per se.
I joined Facebook, I want to say like 9 years ago. And I think it had been around for at least a few years before I joined it. I want to say Facebook is something like 13 or 14 years old now. I'm not exactly sure.
Right. It's interesting because when I first started playing, when I created this paintball league in 2008-9, I was like, well, how do I get the word out about this thing? I mean, and then the only thing I knew about was just going to the parks and dropping off my flyers. And then people started saying, if you go online, there's these groups and all this kind of stuff. And then that's where I started realizing how mean people could be. It's like, what is up? I'm trying to help this thing I love. And everybody's like, what the fuck you doing? Like this, they're going crazy and everything. And I learned the word mod. I learned the word banhammer. Like, I'm like, really? Look at this stuff. So it was Ryan McDonald. There, it just came to my head. Ryan McDonald had one of the, besides Behind the Bunker, he had one of the first video, I guess you call it a podcast today, but it was basically a first video paintball show. And he was out of Palm Springs, and I actually went down there one time with my kid, and we were on the show and everything like that. Yeah, he was my first like introduction to the whole, paintball world and everything. He was a friend of Gary Baum's, and that's where I started to learn more about all of this stuff, and then it kind of like grounded me. So I wasn't as blown away when I started seeing people dressing up as stormtroopers and stuff. Like, what are you doing? And no, this is the part of thing we love. This part of the sport, and I'm in too. Nice. Okay, so you said you travel. Do you have like how do I say this? Hollywood Sports is my home field, and you were telling me about the field that you play. But is that would be considered your home field, or do you have one that you've kind of adopted?
Okay, so as far as like what I consider my home field, now I consider my home field because that's where I frequent the most, and that's going to be Mount Doom up in Hansville, Alabama. Now, I don't get to do a lot of, like I said, scenario. That's where I go for like just my typical blow off the steam, play recreational paintball. And you got to do that too. You can't just do scenario, or at least from my point of view, I can't. A scenario game is going to be a 4-hour drive for me. That's not something that's just, I wake up Saturday morning and say, I think I'm going to go do a scenario. That takes planning. So yeah, Mount Doom is my home field, but I've traveled to so many phenomenal fields. It's really hard to point to one and say, hey, this is the travel field that I consider my field.
Right.
There are some events that I would say, like, these are events that I just don't miss. Fulda Gap. Fulda Gap is my go-to event every year. I won't miss one of those.
Right. There's a reason
about the same way that Point Ashes at Black Paint, which is a CPX event.
There's a reason that Fulda Gap and I'm just going to put it this way. If we were to make a list of the generals in our sport, why do your name keeps on floating to the top? I have no idea why the commander general slot always gets filled by you. And I don't know. I guess people must really appreciate what you do for the sport and or being a general. Tell me who these magnificent gentlemen are. What happened? Did you die? I can't see it because
I'm not sure. Did you lose me again?
Are you there? Oh, come on.
I'm here.
Okay, good. I can hear you. Can you see what I posted? Can you see the picture?
I can hear you, but you're kind of cutting in and out. Like there's static feedback on your voice when I'm trying to hear you.
I got the same thing on your. Okay, well, anyway, how right now? Because you're acting you're acting like a robot. You look like you're like.
I'm noticing a delay. Like when I look at the image of me.
Yeah.
When I start to talk.
Yeah.
I don't talk, and then all of a sudden I catch up.
Yeah. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm
not sure what's going on there.
Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. It happens. But anyway, okay. So I was waxing poetically about these gentlemen. Who's this?
That was the command team from Living Legends 10.
Nice. Okay, cool. And how is it possible?
And I got drawn into that by Tony Odinson. Tony Odinson asked me to step in and
right here in the front.
Take one of the leadership roles there, and that would be the gentleman front and center there with Sonny Lopez.
Yep.
That's Tony there. He ended up swapping places with William Crook later on, and William ended up being the actual general for that event.
Okay. And then how is it possible? Again, is it a lucky thing? You just draw straws. You always end up being in some kind of command position, and it's amazing because people love you.
I just kind of fall into them. Really, I don't mind doing it. I played so many years of paintball that I look at it as taking a command role is me paying back to the paintball community for all of the people that did such a great job commanding me. You know,
Okay.
because an event needs to have leadership. It needs to have direction. Otherwise, what you have is a bunch of people that don't know where they're going, standing around with armed guns. You got to have someone say, "This is why you're here. This is where you're going, and this is what we're doing." And you have to have that controlling element. And I got asked to take like a couple of small command roles by local level people, and then I ran across Tony Odinson at an event at out in low country paintball. He asked me because he knew of my name. He asked me to come down and play with him at a game there, and from there he said, "Hey, I'm going to be generaling at Living Legends." At that time he was a player up in the Midwest area that was he'd done several of the Legends, but he hadn't been a general. He got tapped to general that one, and he said, "Hey, I want you to come up here and be one of my sub leaders, Legion commander," I think was the term they used for it. And it was two parts. It was one, he'd played beside me, he hang out with me, and he felt like personality wise, he felt like I was the person who had come in and do it. And then two, he also was trying to get people from all kinds of regions, and I was a contact he knew for the Central South region. So he said, "Hey, this makes sense. You represent this area. You'll recruit from that area." It was sound logic on his part. I tried to explain to him I didn't exactly have the world's biggest traveling community in my area, but
right.
C'est la vie. It ended up working out nonetheless. Well, we went on to that, and we had a very successful command and a very successful run at that event. The point spread, from what I understood, was overwhelming. I only take credit for the small part in that I had, but nonetheless, from there, other games started saying, "Hey," other communities were saying, "This guy, you should become general here." And okay, sure, why not? I'll go do it. It gave me a chance to see the other side of paintball. I hadn't done a lot of commanding previous to that, so that was where that kind of all got started. Apparently, I'm doing it right because people keep asking me to do it.
I think so. I think that I don't know. Do you know my opinion about this whole celebrity general thing? Do you know about all this? Have I not spread that philosophy out? I don't know.
We've had conversations on the topic. We have.
I'm a definite, and you guys, if you don't know, I'm a definite. This definitely doesn't make me any friends, but I'm going to say it again. I think that there are people that are cut to be generals. I think that people are like, that these guys that they study the fields, they've got a big following, they've got a big local, following. They've got like, they're really into what they're doing. They're not really into the glory of like, look at me. They're very into like, I want to be this thing. And they've actually built themselves up through the ranks of being a player, maybe being a commander, going up to being a general kind of thing. And then when they take a celebrity and they throw them to the front of the line, it kind of like goes against everything that, what I'm saying? I'm a big proponent of, you can bring in a celebrity to a game and maybe help them. They can help sell tickets. Maybe they can do a big push on the promotion, all that kind of stuff.
Right. Have promoters promote and generals general.
There you go. Exactly. And exactly.
Speciality.
So
that makes perfect sense. I agree with that mindset.
And again, like I said, you keep on getting called up, and the reason you keep on getting called up is because you're consistently doing a great job, but you also have that personality that you get along with people, and you're a great player, and people want to work with you.
There's an aspect I think that a lot of people kind of like shy away from, that you have to keep in mind when you're coming to a paintball event as a general. You are not a player, and you shouldn't come at it with a player's mentality. When I'm at an event generally, and I look at it kind of like almost like a mix between being a movie director and a customer service representative.
I like that.
I'm trying to help facilitate the experience that all these people just paid for. That's it. I'm like a cruise ship host or something like that. It's my job is to try and see to it everybody's involved, everybody's having fun, and they're engaged.
Right.
And that's you have to get it from that mindset at the same time as trying to be, strategic and trying to bring a win, because you do have people on your side that they really are concerned with the win.
Right.
But here's the big surprise. They're the minority. Most people at a paintball event are concerned with the experience. And if they feel like they fought great battles, even if they're losing, they walk away from the event excited, and they spend more money, and they're happy, and everybody wins. They had a good time. The field made money. The producer, the paint, everybody's winning, even if the score didn't say that. That's the end result you want. And if your generals can kind of keep that in mind, you deliver a more enjoyable experience for everybody, both my team and the opposing team.
Correct.
You shake your enemy's hand at the end of the day. That's what you've got to be like. Because there's only an opponent on paper. Right,
exactly. I'm with you 100%. I've seen people not be that way. I've seen people be kind of how do I say this? Very, very connected to their team, and when their team lost, they took it very serious, and they were like, whatever, their sportsmanship wasn't up to par. I'll just put it to you that way. And
it happens.
Listen. I'm not a sports guy. I never got into sports. I just I just did my own thing. And so this whole paintball thing was like the first time. I've always been a solo guy. I played golf. I did rock climbing. I did solo events, right? I never did team events. And this thing I got thrust into this thing, and you can be a solo guy, but then if you're going to go to a big game, you're going to be part of a whole big package of people. And then that's where you start seeing these personalities of, there's the leaders, the followers. I don't give a fuck. So everything's there. I understand. When you start going up the ranks, and then you see how people are really connected. Like I said, you're really connected. You can see that there's a certain mentality. There's again, I was talking about your mechanical mentality, right? Well, that you have a technical something. You have a mind that's very, inquisitive, and okay, well, if we move the troops here, if we do this kind of thing, right? And I'm looking at that and I'm going, no, I have no patience for this is just amazing. And that's what I'm saying.
You have to. That's one of those things I think I benefit from having been involved in strategic games before I even got into paintball. It's I can look at a game map, and it's just as engaging to me as the actual field is when I have my gun in hand and I'm playing paintball. So I can kind of find the enjoyment out of both sides of it.
I like it. I think it's fantastic. I think I told you this. There was a guy at Hell Survivors. I have to mention Hell Survivors, and I get paid $10 every time I say it. So I just said it again. So there you go. I'm just joking. Dave Massey, I think we're up to $100 now. Thank you very much. Anyway, so so I was there at an event, and this was 2015. And I just came back from France. They made me a general in a game in France. It was me and Aztec, actually. Aztec and I were fighting against each other. Okay. That was the first time I had ever been a general, and they did it because of celebrity, and I didn't even know what was going on. But so I came back, and then they wanted me to become the general, and I said, well, okay, it's it was a Titman thing then, and then this guy Narf came up to me, and he says, I was supposed to be the general until you came in, but they wanted to slip. I said, I don't want to do this. He said, you can be the general. I just want to shoot people. You just do this. And he was so happy because he was expecting this ego. Well, I have a big ego, but he was expecting get out of the way. I don't know what the fuck to do.
He was expecting a different kind of ego.
Exactly. So I said, dude, just point me. Let me go play. Let me go play kind of thing. So I've always at that point, I've always kind of just said, I think everybody in our community has a role to play, whether you're, a rental guy, whether if you're going to be called a celebrity, whatever you do though, as far as public image is concerned, like what you, commanders or whatever the situation is, you have to take that job the job serious. That's a big responsibility. Yes. So if hypothetically you're at Fold the Gap and you're being made the commander and you're promoting it that you're going to be there and you don't show up, that's not a big, that's not a whatever. It's not a night.
Yeah, that's not why.
Okay, so
not bringing it, not. not dedicating yourself to it, that's a poor decision there. So it's not a hypothetical, because I will be generaling Fold the Gap this coming November, and
yes, you will.
Because of that, I cleared my docket, like my schedule as far as command roles for this year. I said this game, Fold is not a small regional level game. It's a national level. It's a solid event. So I cleared my docket. There were a couple of other like command things where I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I want to make sure these players, because there's close to 2,000 players that show up there. I want to make sure they understand that I respect their passion. I respect their interest in this. I'm going to be dedicated to doing the best generaling job I can.
Right.
Because that's just respect.
Which I agree, but why is it that our paintball community is so well? Okay, let me backtrack and answer my own question for a second. Okay, what I said like 25, 30 minutes ago is that our sport attracts broken people, right? We have a lot of people that have, like I said, PTSD or drug abuse or that kind of thing, whatever. And a lot of times it happens in that situation are you get enablers. You get people who maybe enable other people. They've been in a relationship or they have a connection with someone who has an abusive thing and have to be enabled. So there's a little bit more elastic about like things. If we were a Fortune 500 company and people did the things they did, they would be kicked out. Human resources would go over to them and kick them out. But in paintball, people get a pass all the time. They always people like who can do stupid things and they'll get a pass. And so
you have a lot of that.
That's what I don't understand, because what happens is, like this event that's coming up in November, Fold the Gap. I went to North Carolina 2 years ago and I hung out with Ben Painter and Jason. And I came in behind the 8 ball because they were like, who's this Reaper? He's a celebrity. He's coming from California. Blah blah blah. And then we became friends. I mean, it's like they saw I was just there to play, right? Okay. And then I had them on one of my first shows, a couple of weeks ago, and they were telling me the importance of Fold the Gap. They were telling me that this is not just a bullshit game. This is like the Super Bowl. And this is like this is the big one. And if you don't take it serious, right, the players know that you're not taking it serious. And there's already a lot of chatter behind the scenes, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And that's a lot of responsibility to be a general. It's not you weren't given the position to be a general just because you're selling tickets or hopefully you'll bring in more people.
Right.
You've been given that position, like you have been given that position, because you can handle it. You know what I'm saying?
I like to think so. I like to think I can handle it. I do what I can.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I think I have a very big appreciation for the players. This is what I love. I love the shows that I do, the things that I do. Everything's about the players. Okay, cool. I got it. When the players come to me or talk with me or we start chatting about this kind of like stuff, it's like I take it personal, even though hopefully I'm going to be there. I think Jason and I are going to work out something. I'm going to be, if I even have to sleep on his couch.
I heard that conversation when I watched that show. He's
I don't care, but listen, hey, I'll sleep on anybody's couch. I have no problems about any of that kind of, listen, I'm there to play, right? Okay, cool. What I'm saying is that because I've always said that like our paintball community is made up of the salt of the earth people for the most part. I'd say 95% of them, they're blue collar, hardworking, and they save their money up to go to an event. And then they look on their docket or their calendar and they say, this is what's going on. They need, like you said, when they go to an event, they need happiness. They need, I paid for this thing. I want to have a great time. I'm not a drama llama. I just want to go in there and have a great time. And the promoters and or the people who are at the top of the event, they need to take that in consideration. They need to say, we're not here for money. We're not here just because whatever. We're here for the players. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm hoping that people are going to get across by when I always babbling about that kind of stuff. And because I know a lot of park owners and I know a lot of promoters and I know a lot of them to watch this kind of stuff. And I've been that's been my what is it called? My manifest destiny. That's the word I'm looking for. It's been my manifest destiny since 2015.
Bully pulpit?
My bully pulpit to do that, to make sure that this is kind of like, the best experience for the players. That's what I keep on saying. That's what I want. And That's why I want to be friends with you. That's why I'm friends with you. Or when you basically you create your tribe or your circle of people. And you know, the ones that hate me, okay, listen, you hate me, I'm sorry. And you know what? They don't like me, they unfriend me. That's okay. I don't need them. All I need is a group of people who can see like what I see, and they want to, like, you know, make this work. And so that's why I wanted to have you on. I wanted to have you on because I really do appreciate you. I really do appreciate what you do for the community.
Well, I appreciate that.
You're a cool cat. Because you know what? The money, I just checked, the money did get into my PayPal. So thanks for, I hope I said everything properly. Yeah.
Glad to support.
All right. No, but again, we're gonna do a Fold the Gap show, and I'm gonna get you're gonna get on, we're gonna get Jason on, and basically what I want to do is for people that don't know about Fold the Gap, I want them to really get to know that this is like the, and Jason even said he is the what is that? What was, I forgot? I don't play sports, but it was a quarterback he always mentions. He's the
yeah. He's the Madden of Fold the Gap. He said.
Yeah, word.
Or no, I'm sorry, the Tom Brady of
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
He's the Tom Brady of Fold the Gap. This is his Super Bowl, and he is passionate about it.
Yeah, that is exactly the phrase he uses.
Yeah, exactly.
And credit where it's due. He is one of the most dedicated Fold the Gap players out there. He's been involved since the like Stone Age of paintball. He's been involved with Fold the Gap, so almost as long as the series has been running. Which is substantial. I want to say it's, it's closing on, I think this may be the 15th year, maybe the 16th year. Seriously? I will have to ask Jason. Jason will have the answer to that.
Well, you know what's interesting also is that I think this was going to be the last year for D-Day. And we don't have Living Legends anymore, right? So Fold the Gap is kind of becoming the grandfather of events.
Well, Living Legends is still running. They're just not
running, but not the. It is okay. Listen. Yes, you're right. Living Legends is running, but I was talking about the CPX Living Legends that people would always gravitate towards, right?
Right. Okay, I see your point there. They've changed venues, but
right. This is a mobile CB.
They have done the best they can with an unfortunate situation.
Right. So I agree. Hey, who's Shane? I've never met him. I'm just joking.
Shane Burnell. That is, he's one of the great players out of the region I'm in here in the Central South. He's part of Team Destiny. He does a whole lot of game himself. So I was very fortunate not last year, but 2 years before that. He was part of the command structure when I was in Warsaw's Spetsnaz, their special forces, not the actual overall game general. And he was an advisor for me last year. He gave me a lot of great advice. So yeah, if he's down in your comment section, Shane, big thumbs up.
Hang on a second. What is this? Do you know who this guy is? He always bothers me. This guy's like a shadow. He always he's always hounding me. I'm just joking. Lee Williams. I'm just joking. Love you, man. Sorry.
Lee Williams.
Behind the Bunker. The new movie came out and Reaper was in it. Yes, I'm in the new documentary. What is tonight? See, Behind the Bunker. You guys, come on. Joe and Todd, you guys, you're doing a million shows. That's one of the big problems. Everybody's doing a million shows. And I even went to I went to Lead Farmer's page. He created a page for content creators. And I said, you know what we need to do as content creators, we need to all get together and figure out what our times are so we don't step on each other's toes. And then what happened, GI Sports, they came out with the Paintball Strong, and then everybody's just like, so now everybody's watching everybody's shows, everybody's bouncing around. And you know what? Thank God. It's fantastic. Great. The more content that we can get out there.
Oh, yeah. It's good and it's kind of bad. And I'll say why. It's great that there's all this content and there's players, adding to the community, adding content. Involving, there's so many interview shows going on like yours, where people are bringing people in and saying, hey, talk about the sport here. The only problem is that as talented as I am, I can only drink so much. They're killing me.
I know, your liver Your liver is going to quiver. I've always heard that them say that. Yes, this poor guy. Well, listen, I really appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on. I really do appreciate that, man.
Oh, absolutely. It's always a pleasure to be on your show.
Oh, thank you for. Oh, look at this. You're making me blush. Oh no, that's just the lighting. The light.
Yeah, but say no, that's your red balance. The red balance is
Dude,
way off there.
You know what's here? I'm using the laptop camera, and I went in and I played with it a bit, but I can't. So as soon as this quarantine finishes, I'm going to go shop around for a I don't know what it's called, but basically it's a converter that's a USB, so you can plug your digital camera into it, and then you can go, because you can't plug your digital camera into the computer. It's got to go through a thing. So I'm going to be able to get that going, and maybe I'll be able to fix my levels, because I'm always looking toasty. It went from like really red.
Yeah, you look way more sunburned than I expect someone in a quarantine should.
I know. I was like blowing up. It was crazy. Hey, listen, look, do you know who this is? Do you know who Duan is?
Yeah, that's part of 13th Legion, 13th Legionnaires. He's a player out on I wouldn't call him my region. He's further north than me, but he's an East Coast player. You know, solid performer. Always like 13th Legionnaires.
I think they're actually going to fold the gap. Is that correct?
Oh, they had best better be. Yeah, last I heard they're fighting alongside my people.
If they don't, this guy's going to get really pissed off at them. All right, I get paid $5 every time that happens too. No, that was from our show last night. Did you actually watch the 818? No, 313. We had the 313 mutant guys on yesterday, and
okay.
And then they actually rocked it, and then they went off and did their own podcast. They actually created their own podcast for that night using the same software I'm using. And they killed it. Had like over 1,000 views. Just killed it. It was great. So congratulations, you guys. And this is Mr. Nasty. Mr. Nasty was actually on what I was on their team, but his video got stuck. So we did a screen print of him getting mad at everybody. And there you go. It's like that's Mr. Nasty. That's Mr. Nasty. All right. So anyway, so you branched off and you did this like. Well, that's when I was like, this guy is fantastic that he can be inebriated and he can take apart a gun and he can hold a conversation at the same time. And it was just like amazing. It was a YouTube, or was it a Facebook Live? What were you doing? Or do you still do it?
I haven't created any tech videos in a while, just for lack of material. I haven't had a lot of when I started that channel up and was doing the drunken tech videos, I was working on either guns I owned or guns that members of my own team own. And once I kind of exhausted that collection, I didn't have any other guns to work on.
Okay.
And when you start looking at like the companies, like, hey, should I reach out to so-and-so company to work on their gun? It's not like early 2000 when you had companies for making guns that had no department of their own. If Empire, if GI makes a gun, GI has someone to do that that's on staff now. So they're not really interested in having like independent review.
Right.
Or on top of that, you have, and this is one of the review channels that I favor. A&S Gear, Roy from A&S Gear. Dude, I love his tech reviews.
I've been to their place.
He breaks down guns.
Yeah, I've been to their place. I know him.
Reviews. Sometimes he gets a little markety, but he walks you through everything. Like, he doesn't make like hype videos about a gun when he does his tech stuff. He will break it down and he shows you all of the steps. He's a I love his stuff.
Right.
But because you have stores that are automatically going to be getting in everything, and you have the manufacturers doing their own content, there's not really a demand for independent tech review anymore. And I'm not bothered by that. I enjoyed doing what I did, but I'm not going to run out and buy every gun on the market just to do a video.
But here's what I need to tell you. When I started, I've been doing my podcast since 2014, and then I did Facebook Live, and I stopped doing my audio podcast, and then I jumped into this thing, right? So when I jumped into this thing, I started talking with this couple guys, and they said, listen, there's going to be so much content out there and blah, blah, blah. And I said, there was Letterman, there was Leno, there was Fallon, Conan, right? All these guys, right? And they basically are rotating the same kind of guests and doing whatever they're doing, kind of thing. The thing that makes the show is the host. The thing that makes the show is the host,
Yes.
because people are watching for the host. They like his humor, their humor. They're like their whatever the situation is. If you see Tom Cruise on Conan, and then you see Tom Cruise on Leto or whatever it was, it's kind of the same thing. You've got that though.
Right.
You have got a following. You've got that personality. You've got that je ne sais quoi, as they say in Quebec. You have that something that when you were doing it, again, you had me fascinated. You were like drinking, you were taking it apart, you had some stories, you were doing this. Don't stop. You know what I'm saying? I did that the other day. I took my Tipex apart and I just put my camera on the top, my phone on the top, and it wasn't so much of the taking the Tipex apart, but more of the whole process and talking with the players. And I'm saying, this is what I do, and that's what people want to see. They want to see that kind of thing, and they want to be
the
connected.
Narrative of it.
Exactly. So don't give that up. Keep on doing it. You're staring at me.
I can look at it. I may fire the camera back up, run something.
I think you should. I think it's great. All right. Let me see here. Don't stop. You're the man. Wait, who is? Look at this. Sean says, "Don't stop. You're the man."
Sean. Oh, Guru Gun Stands. Great company. That's the guy that owns and runs it.
Okay.
They
so
make. Actually, I've got one right here. They make these gun stands.
Hey, listen, do you want to give them a shout out?
I think I just did.
No, find it. Where can we find them?
They are on Facebook as Guru Gun Stands. And he's a player / entrepreneur out of the Florida region of the nation. He's been making these guys, forever now. I picked this up. I think I picked this up at Dreaded One, and that was 5 years ago. And he's been just plunging along, making these things and showing up as a vendor to events for years. You normally find him. I want to say you normally find him posted up somewhere near Planet Eclipse. Don't quote me on that. I may be wrong, but
I won't. Okay.
And
so
I believe
Sean,
he can put a proper link to his page in your comments. Matter of fact, he's probably doing that right now.
Yeah, Sean, put a link to it so we can promote you. And then I expect one in the mail. Something black, maybe. I'm just joking. What am I going to do with that? I'm going to put my pistols on that? It's not going to work, right? I can't put I never use a gun stand. So, hey, you know what?
He was working on a version that was specifically for mag-fed guns that had slots to hold magazines. Don't quote me on that. I may...
Dude, listen, Sean, if you want to, we can give one away. I mean, that would be kind of cool, right? I have to get his permission first, but we can do a giveaway. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you, Sean.
I bet he can be in touch with you after the show.
Put it in the comments if you want us to do a giveaway so we can promote you. Well, we already promoted you. So I don't mind promoting everybody. You guys, whatever you guys want, hit me up. We'll promote it. We'll make you a sponsor, and we'll get the word out there about you. I love it. I love you guys, and I love this. I love our sport. Okay, cool. So you you did that. So you're what's it called? A well-rounded gentleman. Let's put it to you that way. You grew. Let's just recap here.
I'm a Renaissance man
You're a Renaissance man. You're a bohemian. You grew up in Alabama in a place called Homewood. You were there for like all of your life until even right now. You're still in your mom's basement. Is that right? I'm just joking. You're in your mom's basement. All right. This is it. Hang on a second. I'm getting a message here. Yes, we came up with one for the new planet. Nice. But I know you came up with the one for the new Planet Eclipse, Glenn, and then here's Sean. But did you answer? You didn't answer my other question about the promotion part.
Yeah.
Nice. Sean, answer my question about the promotion part. Do you want us to promote it and send me out one? And or actually, we can do giveaways. Let me know. Let me know if you want to do that. Okay. So anyway, you basically born and raised in Homewood, Alabama, which and your father was a teacher, right? A professor, a teacher.
He was English history professor, and then from there moved into the world of state level politics.
I love it. And your mom was a beatnik, a hippie, a a free love kind of, yeah.
She was a little bit too old to fall into the hippie generation. She was kind of like the last of the beatniks, and then she was, you know, that whole Renaissance. Like, I know a little about everything. She liked to say she was never going to graduate. She was a University of Birmingham student for 20 years. She just kept taking courses because she liked to take courses.
That good, dude. See,
and never really declared.
This is what I'm saying. I think, and listen, I can be wrong. Oops, I'm sorry. You're reading something. I can be, okay. I could be wrong, but there's a theory about nature and nurture, right? Do you know about this theory?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I am familiar. The idea that environmental impact can guide a nature.
Okay.
Or can guide a personality.
You have a mother that was a professional student. You have a father who was a teacher, right? And then you have a kid who likes Legos. Come on. I mean, it's basically, it was put in your lap, the kind of guy you were going to be. You know what I'm saying? You are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I agree with that. The nurture element of personality development is undeniable, in my opinion. I think it is the stronger two. There is a nature element, but nurture it carries so much more weight.
Nice. Okay. Listen, we're going to, Sean wants to do a giveaway. So can you do me a favor?
Fantastic.
Do this. Do me a favor. In the link that I sent you, that's the link for the show. Okay. So send Sean a private message. Send him that link. We're going to bring him on the show right now, and we'll give him he's going to do a shout out, and then he'll give one of his racks away. So Sean, hang on one second. We're going to get you on the show, and then you'll be able to talk to us about your product and do a giveaway. How is that? Look at that. This show, there's no script on this show. It's just like, let's just make things happen. And I'm going to drink.
Yeah.
I'm going to drink some water. Hey, did you watch our cooking?
Water.
I'm from California. I'm from LA, man. Lots of water, avocados, yogurt. Come on.
I don't drink any fucking.
You don't drink any what?
Anything that fish fuck in.
Fuck you. Fish had a fuck originally in that thing that you're drinking.
I sent him the right link. That doesn't look right.
What? Do you want me to send you the link again?
I sent it to him. He says he needs a minute, but I'm making it the right link because when I copied it, it suddenly exploded into this big wall of gobbledygook.
Okay, so if it doesn't work, let me know.
Technical term.
I've been in the computer business since 1988. I've heard that a couple of times. Anyway, so
gobbledygook. Yeah, that makes sense.
Let me
hold on a second. I have a solution.
Okay.
I thought I had a solution. Hold on.
If you, I can find it. I mean, because I'm not friends with him. Poor guy. I'm not friends with him, and it would probably be easier if you send it to him.
Right, and that's what I was thinking.
Okay. All right. Did it go out? I think Roger. I'm like blah blah blah. Roger Weber, I think, likes your answer about the fish water, or maybe he liked the maybe he liked the gobbledygook answer. I'm not sure, but anyway. So, tell me if did he get it?
I have a link for him there. I think it's the right link, but he is tied up for a moment. He's a little indisposed. We'll give him another moment. I don't think he was prepared to come on camera.
That's what happens when you watch my show during well, let me see, getting tied up, I guess. Never mind. Anyway, hey, did you catch the show this morning or my morning? Did you catch the International Cooking Show?
I did not catch. I got the notifications for it, but I was not free to actually watch anything at the time. That, and also, to be perfectly honest, I can burn a bowl of cold cereal. The kitchen is not where I belong.
No, but it was amazing. It was, again, it's like getting all the paintball community together throughout the world, and we all can bond, not only bond on paintball, but we were able to bond with food. And we watched John in Hall and the Netherlands make his lobster risotto, and Tim Miller, he made prawns, curry prawns, and Marie in Canada, she made poutine, whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, and what else did we have? We had Uncle in Germany, and he was doing a grill. He like amazing slabs of meat. And then we had Mark. Did you ever meet Mark Bellamy from Soldiers of Chaos? He's kind of like
I know I've met Soldier of Chaos members before. I don't know if I met him.
Putin. Oh, I'm sorry.
Trying to remember, because I mean, I know I've got a Soldier of Chaos sticker on some of my gear, like right over here. So I know I want to say it was Brandon that I met, though, not Mark.
Right. Well, so yeah, so Mark created this. Lee Williams is calling it Pootie Tang. Yes, that's what I used to call it too before I knew it was Putin. Anyway, yeah, if you guys didn't see the cooking show, go to my page. I put a list of all the shows we've done so far, and you can kind of click on that one and you'll see what's going on. Anyway, so we did this amazing show. Mark did this amazing meal too, and it was something special. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. What's going on? Is he clicking or not? We're dying to.
I'm not sure what's happening right now.
Okay, so I'm dying to give this away. So either he's going to pop up and do it, or you and I are going to do it. We're going to give one of those away. And if you guys also maybe Grizz is going to get upset with me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Grizz, I'm going to give another one of your items away too, because tonight's show is sponsored by TopNotchGrizzly.com. Check them out on Facebook. Use the code Reaper and get 10% off. If you've got a any kind of face, if you have a face on your head, yes, this stuff's good. And actually, you know what? You should be using this. You've got one of that growth on your face. That what's it called? A beard. Yeah, you should be using this stuff. What do you do to keep your beard so supple and nice?
Oh, see, I keep it supple with the tears of my opponents.
Okay.
No, that doesn't work. They're awfully close to me.
I got it.
Anyways.
All right. So listen, we're gonna do a giveaway, even though I don't think Grizz is. I think Matthew's watching, but Grizz, I think he's watching. Anyway, we're gonna do a giveaway.
He's telling me, Sean is telling me that he's loading his computer up now. So
okay, cool. All right. So we're gonna do a giveaway, you guys. We're gonna do one of the products from my sponsor, TopNotchGrizzly.com. We're gonna I'm gonna have you do it. I'm gonna have you, Mr. Pirate. I want you to pick somebody in our audience right now.
Okay.
Scroll through, close your eyes, and do it. I'm joking. Just
okay. Hold on.
Listen.
I can.
You can't pick the Webbers because they won yesterday, right? And who else won yesterday? Somebody else won. So I'm sorry, Webbers, you can't win again. Not within you can't 30 days. All right. So yeah. So
right,
Grizz,
so I gotta pick one of the viewers, right?
Grizz, we're giving away one of your products. Okay. So what do we got?
Let's see. I am looking for. You know what? Let's do a little bit restrictive than just. Let's take one of the involved people. Let's see who all shared.
Oh no! Hang on a second. Here comes that fucking brain of yours. Okay, let me see if the what is it, like the dragon were able to like just pick some. Okay, wait. What were you planning on doing? What kind of? How were you planning on choosing something?
I was looking. I'm looking at the people, not just the people reviewing, but the people who shared the video, because those are the people that are really involved.
Okay, so you want them to share the video, right?
And I'm looking over the names, and I'm seeing a lot of people I recognize.
Yeah.
How about? Hold on, I have like a good gamer. I have dice.
Oh no!
Be purely random.
Wait a minute. Hang on a second. You don't have those funky dice, do you? That's what was it like? They're all lopsided and everything. What? Show me those things. What are those Dungeons and Dragon dice? Weren't they all funky or something?
Yeah, it's just like that. Hold
on. I'm being asked this. Wait, here he comes. Here he comes. Ready?
Let's go with.
Wait. Wait. Pretend your microphone doesn't work. Shh.
say it to my microphone?
Never mind. You didn't get in on the joke. What's up, brother? How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Have you ever met me before?
Yeah, a couple times.
Was I nice to you?
I don't know. My little cousin met you a couple of times. He looks up to you.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Listen, I always ask to make sure, just because I can be an asshole sometimes. I know, I'm just joking.
We all can sometimes.
I'm the opposite. I love people, and I don't even have a bad bone in me. So anyway, listen, tell everybody who you are.
My name's Sean. I'm the owner and operator of Guru Gun Stands.
And did you like wake up one morning and go, this is what the world needs?
No, pretty much. I started off playing paintball. I didn't really have that much money to actually play paintball. So what I did is I made these wooden gun stands, and I kind of was selling that to be able to have money to play paintball. And I saved up and got a DM4 back when it first came out. And I had it sitting on the table, and one of the guys on my team threw his gun on the table and scratched mine. So then I was like, we need to come up with something that's collapsible, and I can come set it up at the tournament, so that way you can have it upright, so that way if somebody does fall, and then the paintballs would go everywhere, and it was just really a big giant cluster. This is the 10th generation, I think. I've changed it a bunch of times over the years, but the same one he has. He won his on the auction back.
Wait, what's it made out of? What is that? Plastic?
It's high density polyethylene.
Whoa! So it's going to take a lot to break it.
So it's freaking strong.
Oh, dude!
And you can see it doesn't even leave a mark where it bent.
What
I don't recommend doing this because I've used to do this all the time in my videos, and then people keep on bending it back and forth, and it finally snaps. And then like, oh, I broke my gun stand. I was just doing what you did on your video.
Wait, what the hell? Listen, hang on a second. That's something special. Where did you come up with this? What the hell did I just see? And there was no mark afterwards.
No, it's just the product. That's why the gun stand sold for $36, just because the product is the plastic's so expensive, and also we cut it on a CNC machine, so it's all CNC cut, and then it's hand routed for the deburring edges, and then we had a special. This rubber under here is actually custom made for us, and then we heat shrink them on, because we had people with videos going, oh, it just comes off, and then everybody was ripping the rubbers off, and then, oh, my tank's sliding now, and so we had a lot of bad issues going on. So,
wow. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. First off, we're gonna make you a sponsor of the show, right? And so what I need you to do is DM me with your logo.
Okay.
And I'm going to create a little graphic for you, and then we're going to make you an official sponsor of the show. And then, we're going to give one away. Now, so hang on a second. So I'm under the impression that you make these overseas in one of those sweatshops, right?
Nope, 100% made in America. By yours truly.
I know, dude. You and what's it called? Under? You know Under? Do you guys? You know?
The guy's super cool. So
Okay.
I have to work for Ninja on the side, like do all the national events with them. I'm an airsmith for him.
Yeah.
So I go to all the big national games with them, and I hang out with him all the time under. I don't know if you see it too well, but here's another one we just came up with. It's a little micro stand, and what's cool is it actually fits inside the gun bags now. So that zipper bag your gun comes in, this will actually fit inside that, and then you can zip it in.
Dude, that is so cool. All right. The reason I'm saying about Chris with Under and you is that we need to support people like you. Do you know what I'm saying? This is important for our community. Not only do we have a big problem with brick and mortars, being like closing all the time, but we've got guys like you that came up with an idea and went through with it, and then said, you know what, I'm going to invest the time in putting up a booth, making this stuff, going to these events. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's extremely important that we give back to you. So thank you very much for what you're doing.
Hey, no problem. I really enjoy it. I like being in the industry and hanging out with people like this guy at Living Legends and stuff, and
nice.
Getting to meet, like I got to meet Wolf. Wolf was kind of funny to hang out with.
Cool. Okay, so how much is this thing?
We normally sell them for $36. There's the MagFed one, but this one has actually my real gun on it, but it fits. Okay. It's actually made and designed for the the MG100s, I think they're called.
Okay. Yeah. That is actually pretty cool. I like that.
That was the Planet Clips MG100.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
So I've been working with a local paintball shop. It's called Nightmare Inc. They do a lot of custom Cerakoting and stuff. So they're the ones that actually kind of gave me one to actually mock it off of, so I could 3D design it, so I could actually cut out the first prototype, which was pretty cool.
Very cool. Okay, where do we find you?
GuruGunstands.com.
Just that, or do you have Facebook?
I have Facebook. I have Instagram. And I think I have a Twitter, but I don't really put too much on Twitter.
All right, cool. So Drew, right? Can you spell it?
GURUGUNSTANDS.
Like guru, like guru?
Yeah, guru, like master of all.
Another one of these gamers. Fantastic. All right, cool. We're gonna give one away. So I'll leave it up to you two. I'll leave it up to your spokesmodel there and you to tell me who wins this thing. Now, do you want to do again by who's sharing this video, or do you want to do it by just randomly picking? Do you want to wrestle somebody? What do you want to do?
Whatever you guys want to do, and then we can give them the choice to if they want one of the standard ones, one of the little micro ones we just came out with, or the MG100 stand.
Okay, cool. Archangel, what do you think? What should we do?
Oh, let's see. Let's not do the same thing twice. I mean, we need some more chaos than that. So we want shares this time around. Hold on, I'm actually trying to pull the video back, your video back up on Facebook. I closed it to see if that's why this was getting kind of jumpy. Nice. It's not anything to do with that.
Okay. Oh, Jennifer wants us to do a spelling bee.
There you go.
Let's see.
Yeah, there's actually a Planet Eclipse that woke up using the my MG100 stand.
Oh, dude, congratulations. That's nice. All right.
Cool. The video back, your video back on Facebook. I posted to see if that's why this is getting kind of.
Wait, what are you doing back there? Okay. Oh, Jennifer wants us to do a spelling bee. What are you doing? Are you looking in the past?
Yeah, there's actually a Planet Eclipse.
I'm trying to look at it now, but I'm also trying to turn my volume off so that we don't get the feed loop.
Okay, cool. All right. So what did you come up with? I got 2 giveaways I got to do, and the whole show's about you giving things away. What the fuck?
I'm not a computer whiz. I'm a gun whiz.
I don't care. Just pick somebody's name. People are like dying to win this fucking thing.
All right, let's throw down. How about?
Do you have any young guns in the house?
Yeah.
Go with
I hope not. I'm cussing too much.
I got a good random one here. Let's go with Raymond Hurtado. Hurtado. I'm butchering your last name.
What's the name?
It is.
I'm looking through the list here. What's the name? Are you making up things so you'll get it?
Hold on.
What are we playing? I win. How do you win? I win.
Right? Hold on. I'm copying the name over to you.
I think you're looking at the wrong show. That's what I think you're looking at. I can't find the person.
No, it's your show, Reaper. I've only got one show open.
Okay.
Here you go. Name should be popping up to you right now.
Excuse me. Let me pop this open. And where are you? Here you go. Raymond Hurtado. Why did you choose this name?
It's not just me.
Raymond Hurtado.
Pop anonymous.
Let's go with Raymond Hurtado. Raymond Hurtado, what I need you to do right now is pop up your name on here so we can see you again, unless you've left the show, and then you're screwed because you're not getting this thing. But pop your name up here so we know that you're still there watching the show, and then we'll get you in touch with the owner of this amazing product, and we'll get you one. So pop your name up there. All right, that's one. The next sponsor of my show, excuse me, is Top Notch Grizzly. Top Notch Grizzly is They were on the show last night. The 313. We have an 818 here, so it's 313. And they Grizz talked about his face bomb and beard bomb and whatever else. Both of you guys are bearded. So what do you guys use to take care of that?
Soap.
All right, that's cool. So anyway, you might want to try this out. Maybe you can connect with them, and maybe you guys can do a product swap or something, or try each other's things out, or I don't know. That's just what I'm doing. I just network. Listen, I think you made up that name because no one's popping up here. I just can't you like? Can you do
I
like?
just messaged him. I found out he was someone I was actually connected to, so I let him know he needs to come back into your chat.
Yeah, like watch the show. I mean, come on. All right, cool. Anyway, so okay, so we're doing another giveaway here.
I pulled the name from the people who had liked the video, so he was watching it at some point in time.
Okay, cool. So you guys, we're going to do another another sponsor giveaway here. Just one thing is going to be given away from Top Notch Grizzly, and excuse me. Okay, so since the pirate has a problem doing this, I want you to do it. Okay, so go through the list, and don't choose Matthew because he's friends with him, and don't choose Michael because that's who's giving it away, and don't choose the Webbers because they won last night. So there you go.
Where's this list at you're talking about?
Oh, you can't see the all right, that sucks. Can you see on my page? Can you go to my Facebook page? If you go to my Facebook page, if you're not, you can actually see all the people who are watching the show. And if you guys can't, I'm just going to throw a dart at my screen if this doesn't work out.
Dart at the screen, see what happens. I'm
going to throw a dart at my screen, and you guys will it will get disconnected. All right. Who haven't I seen here before? Hi, I'm Ray. Hey, wait. If he doesn't answer, this guy. Look at who's this guy? Ryan. Who you know who Ryan Harris is?
Ryan Harris? Oh,
yeah.
I know who Ryan Harris is.
Ryan Harris.
Yeah, that's Team Venom. That's Jason Mann's buddy there in North Carolina.
Okay, you know what we're gonna do with you? We're actually gonna be nice and wait for the other guy to pop up. But for right now, Ryan, we're gonna give you the Top Notch Grizzly. They make clothes. They make a body balm. They make face lotion. Whatever you need. If you've got skin, you're in. How's that? Oh, I like that. I just made that up. All right, cool. So listen, Ryan, listen. I need you to DM me, and I'll get you in contact with the. Or if you can find Michael, his name is Michael Riley. If you can see him in this, maybe you can find him, or you can DM me, and we'll get you hooked up. All right. So Ryan Harris, you won. Congratulations for being proactive and trying to take the other guy's prize. It didn't work, but you got another one. You got another prize just as good. All right. So we're gonna wait to see if the other guy pops up. And if he doesn't, before the show ends, we're gonna give it to someone else. That's I'm doing the band hammer. There you go. I'm in. Okay, my brother. Listen. So okay, where do we find you again?
GuruGunstands.com. 1 second.
Oh, that's nice. But you guys, it's live and I like it, right? It's fantastic. Dude, did he hit you back?
I think he's growing like a logo. I'm guessing.
No. Did the guy that was supposed to be getting the stand? What's his name? Richard Bambada? What's his name? Raymond Hurtado. Did he hit you back? Okay, what is that? That's your.
Yeah. I messaged him. I told him to jump back in the show. He should be messaging you.
Okay, cool. All right, very cool. I like it. Yeah. Dude, that's amazing. Dude, that's fantastic. Look, you know who that looks like? What's his name made it for you? Assassin's Alliance made it for you. Did he make that for you?
Nope, I did.
That looks good, dude. You're talented, man.
Predates that.
Dude, you're talented. I like it. Okay, cool. All right, my brother. Listen, I appreciate you coming on. Do me a favor.
No
I want you to DM me so we can get you hooked up as a sponsorship. And thanks for playing along.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me on the show.
All right, my brother. Take care. See you later.
I'll see you guys soon on the field.
All right. See you. Bye.
Later.
How was that? Hey, that's like a live show. Things just happen and like boom. All right. So did we cover all the bases? Did we leave out anything?
We did. I think we covered a lot of it. It's nah, at this point I am running a little over. I've got dinner in there getting cold. So
oh dude, I'm sorry about here he is. Here he is.
Oh, you got him?
He's back. Wait. What are you doing there? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you hanging out? What are you doing hanging out? I'm just joking. Anyway, listen, no. Where'd you go? Come back. No, listen, come back. Listen, there's Raymond. Hey, listen, there's Raymond. Okay, so look for this guy in your DM. His name is Raymond Hurtado, whatever. Anyway, look for this guy in your DM, okay? He's the one that won the stand.
Okay, let me take a picture of it real quick on my phone.
Okay, all right. Raymond, we're going to get you hooked up in a second. Archangel picked you out of the lineup. And then, did you take a picture of it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then here's the other guys, you guys. Listen, if you guys want for the Grizzly, Harris, right? What was his name? Who won the thing on Harris did? Ryan Harris. Ryan Harris, check it out. Go to topnotchgrizzly.com to go check it out. And also hit up me and I'll send you over to the right place. Okay, my brother, I'm going to let you go. So adios, amigo again. See ya.
Deuces.
And then you and I, brother, it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. You always kill it every time I'm hanging out with you. So thank you very much.
Kindly, sir.
It's
always fun to be on your show, Reaper. I'm glad I had the opportunity.
And well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And what we're going to do is, I think if Jason and I can work it out, or GI, whatever the situation is, I think I'll be seeing you in North Carolina. Is it North Carolina? Is that where Fold the Gap is?
It is. It's North Carolina. It's Taylorsville, North Carolina, and that'll be the first weekend of November. Okay, so I've got a crunched schedule now on the tour because of everything that happened. Looks like I'm going to be going maybe Germany in August, in October. I got Clowns versus Zombies. Then I've got the big game got moved to mid-October.
Dude, and then I've got and then November. I think we're just going to be like, I'm going to be like every day I'm going to be at a game. My wife's not going to be too happy, but it doesn't matter. Let's just do this. And so I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Bojangles. Bojangles is North Carolina. Okay, I'm hitting that. Okay, my brother, listen, we're all good. Again, I appreciate your time. You're just a cool cat, and we're going to get you on again. As we get closer to the Fold the Gap game, we're going to do a Fold the Gap get together and talk about it. And
fantastic.
I'm really looking forward to it. So listen, thank you guys very much again for all your help and support. Don't run off. I'm going to hang up the show, and I just hang on 1 second. Okay. Thank you guys again for all your help and support on the show, on supporting Paintball Strong, on getting more content out there, on helping our community keep their wits about themselves in this quarantine lockdown. And listen, there is no such thing as a small content provider. You don't have to be a celebrity. You don't have to be, just pick up your phone, do your Facebook Live, and get out there and talk about paintball and spread the word. Let's just keep everybody happy. All right. If you guys have any ideas or questions for me, or if you want to create something, you want to come on the show, you want me to interview you, you want to talk about anything, that's what the show's about. The show's about you guys. So just come on the show and let's do this thing. I don't care. I just love you all. So just let's do this. Okay, you guys, I'm going to say adios to you guys. We're going to hang out for 1 second. Let me do my goodbye video and then end it. And we're still